Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Kalikaiz. Today we are playing Familiars featuring the brand new card Cryogen Relic. I didn't have to wait and buy this card from GoatBots because I get a little bit of a bonus thanks to Magic Online's creator program. I have this queued up and ready to go. We're going to be playing basically regular Familiars, but we're playing Cryogen Relic over the Modern Age, playing an Echoing Truth in the main deck, a Merchant Scroll that can fetch up the Ghostly Flicker. We have 2 Mystic, 2 archaeomancer for our lock and finish pieces. Drifter still in the deck, and some deep analysis for value. I think that other players are going to be playing more of affinity, so I'm putting Dust to Dust back in the deck as a 4 of. We have 3 negates and 1 prohibit, 5 blue blast because that matters, and then Last Breath because it hits fairies and walls and elves. So that's the deck. I'm excited to see how this works out. I'll see you in the matches. We're here in match 1 on the play. We take that. Upstate New York Pauper is hosting the second event in their 2025 Open Series on Saturday, August 9th in Rochester, New York. The event currently has a cap of 64 players, and a cap that's $1,500 in cash prizes. I'll be there, and I hope to see you there too. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/Kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Okay, I think I just focus on getting the familiar out. Our opponent goes to 5. We'll play out the island and pass the turn. Urza's tower, so no matter... Okay, Wizard's Rockets means probably the Tron deck. Let's grab a Plains. Put the familiar in play. We have a problem because we need blue mana right now. Plays the Power Plants. Wellspring. 4 cards in hand for them. We find an island. I'll preordain. Okay, I guess top. Land, play the relic. I'll pass the turn. I think I can scroll for flicker, play the Mancer, get the scroll, and now they have Tron online. So that's not amazing. They're gonna make a bunch of black mana probably. Green, black, bunch of black. Plays a Pact Altair, 3 mana left. Fanatical Offering on the Wellspring. So they are gonna gain some life here. Map. Finding a Prophetic Prism. I think I'm going to Merchant Scroll, grab my Counterspell, snap their Pact Altair, untap, cast a Preordain. Okay, so probably top here. Pass the turn. I'm going to Counterspell their Prophetic Prism to try and keep them off of colored sources. Okay, they play Swamp, so they have the colors. Go for a Pact Doll. That's fine. Wellspring's okay. We're going to counterspell the Prism. That was my plan the whole time. And then play Familiar. Cycle for an island. Play the Mancer, get back the Scroll. We're going to want to scroll for Flicker. I can flicker the Relic later. They could have something like a Cast Down, potentially. I was just trying to keep them off of as many color sources as possible. The Eviscerator's Insight, drawing some cards. 8 cards in hand. Plays a Nile Spellbomb. That's annoying. Uses a Bajuka Bog. Plays Wizard's Rockets. Next turn they'll have a lot of colors. Back the rocket for like infinite black and they can Crypt Rats bomb me. It's in for 3. I am going to Merchant Scroll. We'll get the Ghostly Flicker. We will evoke the Muldrifter. Draw 2. Now I can flicker Drifter and Archaeomancer, draw 2, or I can flicker Drifter and Cryogen Relic, draw 4. I think I'd rather just draw 4 here. Okay, draw 4 cards. Kind of not the greatest cards. So now I can play Faithful. Echoing Truth the Spellbomb. They have to crack it. Let's see what they do. They probably crack the Spellbomb. Okay. Now what? I guess I hold on to my snap for the moment. I could attack with the Archaeomancer as well. We'll get in for 1. So I'm the most worried about the potential for a Crypt Rats. I think that would wreck me. We play a Crystal Grotto. We have a lot of card draw still with the Eviscerator's Insight in the graveyard. Okay, they're cracking for black mana. Playing a Crypt Rats. They go Rats for 3, so I will snap the Archaeomancer. Now they have to rats for 2 more, killing their Pact Altair. Okay. Everything is dead. Jund was already a boring deck, but now we get to sit through this one. Alright, Murmuring Mystic, huh? Guess I play the Murmuring Mystic. Mortuary Mire. Get back. Old Drifter. Pass the turn. Plays a Pact Altair. 4 cards in hand. What are my answers to this deck post board? Let's see. Prohibit's a good answer. We're going to draw an extra card with this relic. Drawing into the Mole Drifter. Draw Snap. Let's play Mole Drifter. Draw 2. Island. Excuse me. Cast a Preordain. We'll make a bird. We will bottom these. Another Murmuring Mystic. Definitely stinks having my creatures in the graveyard like that. Looks like they're going to play a Fangren Marauder, which is fine. They Fanatical the Fangren Marauder. We're going to go ahead and snap the Pact Altair in response. Make a bird. Basically, this means they have to replay the Pact Altair. I'll cycle for an island. Maybe I should get my other white source. Okay. I'll get the plains. Play a Nile Spellbomb. They probably should have played out their terror first. Plays the Pact Altair. I'm at 5 life. I'm very close to dead. Need to find counterspell of some kind. Still have the Viscera's Insight in the graveyard. Let's try Lorien Revealed. Making birds. So now I just have to play the archaeomancer. Try to get back Lorien Revealed or something. And they have to crack the Spellbomb once again for no value. Okay, they do crack the Spellbomb. That's good. I'm just at such a low life total right now. Your turn. Attack in for 4. They Insight, sacrificing a map. They have 2 colored sources right now. Place Candy Trail, I go to 4 life. They could easily just kill me. We haven't drawn any counterspells. They draw to 21 life. Candy Trail will go to 3. They went top previously. Top again. They have 6, 7, 8 mana. We're just gonna die from these Candy Trails. That's very sad. Go to 2 life. They go to 29. Nicker Wellspring. We go to 1 life. Lame. Alright, so we need Prohibit. Echoing Truth don't need. Merchant Scroll I'm gonna cut. Not sure why I'm playing that now. Feel like I don't like it. Negate coming in. Negate coming in. Cut this. Maybe even cut a Flicker for another negate. I wonder if I should go hard on the Dust to Dust plan. I've liked 3 Dust to Dust in the past. Let's go down to 2 Faithfuls. Trim a Snap, trim a Foil. Maybe the Murmuring Mystics aren't even needed, but maybe one of them is enough to close the game. I'll keep 2. I kind of need the 2. I'm all over the place here with this deck right now. Okay, we're on the play. Keep, I guess. Now, worth noting that I don't have a white land to search up with the Lorien Revealed. My opponent mulligans to 6. I specifically took out the dual land. I just felt like it wasn't very good. The tempo loss was just so bad, I thought. Maybe not, though. Land, go. We can play Relic, draw a card. Turn to crack the Relic, draw a card. Well, this makes me want to play out the Chancery, pick up the island. Drawing the Familiar there, so I can go Fam, Relic. Turn 4 Mole Drifter. They have a turn 2 Haunted Fengrith, so no turn 3 Tron for them. Plays a Prophetic Prism, so they're probably playing something like Pyroblast in their deck. Play a Familiar. 1 mana, draw a card. Here we go. Mancer. So I suppose I want to play the Chancery, picking up the island, trying to get into Dust to Dust range so I can dust their colored sources. They're likely going to use the 2 lands to search out the last Tron land this turn. Or they're just doing it right now. Plays Energy Refractor. They're holding up Pyroblast. Let's Preordain, looking for counterspells. Relic and a Dust to Dust. I guess I'll just keep both these. Play the Relic. It's fine to just cantrip here. They want to Pyroblast that. I feel like that's bad for them. Chancery. This up. Your turn. Next turn, I am going after their Prism and Refractor, keeping them off of colors. They have Tron online, so it just never was a thing that they would have needed to do, I guess, with their expedition map. Cast down on my familiar. A fanatical offering the map. So this actually could be good for me to get rid of their colors. Makes 3 mana. They're probably going to filter. No, they didn't have it, apparently. I was thinking maybe they would filter and play another dispute effect. Play Wizard's Rockets. So I think I'm going to go Dust to Dust these two. Maybe just Refractor and Rocket. Because I don't want them to have a massive amount of colors. And then I'll preordain. Familiar and an island goes to the bottom. Fam goes to the top. Play the land. Your turn. So next turn I have Dust to Dust into archaeomancer for Dust to Dust. No, I don't. I have 6 mana. So that would only work if I had the Fam in play. I can Dust to Dust plus evoke a Muldrifter for 2. Yes. They make black mana. They are going to insight the map, it looks like. Last rites. Okay. How many cards are you going to discard, my friend? Pretty aggressive. They discard 3 cards. So I have lots of card draw in my hand. I think I also have 2 cards I can draw on the table. They decide to get rid of Dust to Dust and Familiar. That means you probably also have to get rid of the Archaeomancer, right? Yes. All right, we will start by drawing 3 cards, I think. How about I draw 3 cards and then preordain? We have Negate and Prohibit available. So another relic. Is that necessary? I mean, it is card draw, so bottom, top. I can stick it on the table and then crack it later. I can also just play it and then hold up Prohibit and Negate and then start cracking them on their end step. Looks like they're going to play a Fractal Terror. I can crack the relic to stun their creature. They map finding a spell bomb. So if they put that on top, then I guess I just play the Muldrifter and then negate the spell bomb. Land, play the Muldrifter. That's the turn. I have Familiar coming up. We have also Mortuary Mire to get back the Archaeomancer. I can dust them out. Plays an Owl spell bomb. I'll just counter. And they have a Pyroblast in hand. I did expect that Pyroblast there. Okay, good for you. They get in for 4. Yes. Play Mire. Return Archaeomancer. They have to crack the spell bomb. Okay. Let's go Familiar into a Cryogen Relic. And then I'll attack in here. Bam. They take 2. And I think I'm going to snap, untap, and then replay the Muldrifter. Okay, I have an Ephemerate. Let's just stun this thing and draw a card. Wow. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Okay, what are you going to do? You're going to cast a card draw spell. I think I will negate that. Doink. They're pretty dead now. The last red screwed them. Let's cycle. Grab an island. Lay out Archaeomancer. Get the negate. Ephemerate. Grab the snap. We'll attack in for 2. And then bounce the Muldrifter. I'm going to do Drifter, Snap Drifter, which is going to net me a mana. Evoke the Muldrifter, draw 2 cards. Snap it. Oink. Untap it. Or untap the lands, not the Muldrifter. And then cast the Muldrifter, leaving up Prohibit and Negate, and now Foil. Yeah. I guess I will probably, now that I have like the Drifter Flicker going, I'll probably crack the relics. 5 mana. Let's counter. I want the Prohibit and Foil in hand in case I need to counterspell a Crypt Rats. How about another counter? Do a spell bomb for turn. We win. All right, that worked out. So I wonder, I think it was fine as is overall. Maybe the Mystics are not very good because I shouldn't have submitted it already. We want the Dust to Dusts. We want another Foil. Because our whole plan is to just make sure they have no cards on the table. Counterspell them out. So I guess I can bring in a Mystic over Faithful. What else would I want? Maybe the Revoke. Okay, I don't think I need the Mystic. We'll see. It's sketchy to go low on the Faithfuls versus this deck, of course. This is pretty good. Keep. We can foil a... Okay, that's a Candy Trail. That's fine. Top, bottom. Play Island and pass. So I can cycle the Ash Barrens and then foil pitching my lands because I have many more lands coming up. I have 2 mana. Expedition map. I'm going to counterspell that. We're going to discard Island and Plains. Candy Trail, okay. We're looking for familiars. Preordain. There's a familiar. Another island I don't need. Chancery, I got the island. So next turn, play Fam Island. Hopefully turn 4, have a Muldrifter. Assuming they don't last rights me. This is a great hand to run into a duress, but not a last rights. Candy Trail goes top bottom. They probably found the Tron lands. We find a negate. So let's pass. Tron online. Picker Wellspring. I'm gonna counterspell. They play a Prophetic Prism. Now they could have Red Blast. Plays a Wellspring. So my negate was not great there. An Expedition map, 1 card in hand. So if it's Red Blast, it's Red Blast. We're just gonna try to resolve a Drifter. We got it. So this next turn, I can play another Muldrifter and pick up the Ash Barrens with the Chancery. Now it looks like they're going to, okay, cast down. 1 card in hand. They crack the map. Probably getting the Surveil land, and then they can Candy Trail draw into the Surveilled card. Crystal Grotto, not a Surveil land. It's a Scry land. They go bottom. They draw. Plays an Ichor Wellspring. They have a lot of card draw lined up. And a Rockets. We draw a Relic. Let's draw 2 with this Muldrifter. Pack in. Worried about a Crypt Rats now. Here's the Rats. Nope. Maybe. Maybe not. They draw, go to 27. Candy Trail again. So what are you going to do? What's your plan? They went top. I think I actually won the last game specifically because they last righted me. So I guess I'm hoping they do it again. Here they have a Lembas. We're going to play Relic off the Barrens and the island, Chancery back the Barrens. Then I could snap and replay a Muldrifter. They have half the clock of me. Lots of thinking about how game's gonna play out on that side, I guess. Plays a Tower, 2 cards in hand. Plays a Packed Altair. I need to find Dust to Dusts. Play Cryogen Relic, draw a card. Chancery, pick up the Barrens. Back in. Okay. Let's snap your Packdoll. Okay, that just resolved. Play snap on a Muldrifter. Untap. Cast a Drifter. We found the Dust to Dust. We have Relic, we have Negate and Dust to Dust. So I probably just hold on to the Negate here. Gotta Dust to Dust their color sources. Well, actually their Packed Altair and their Prophetic Prism most likely. Terror's on the table. Here comes the mana. Wizard's Rockets making black. So if they cast a draw spell, I will counter. There's another Packed Doll. Okay. We go to 16. They're passing the turn. Okay. Island. Get rid of your terrors. Goodbye. Play a Relic. It's nice that this card draw is just sitting on the table. Find foil. That's not amazing right now, but I can pick up an island with the Chancery. I could also preordain into the foil. Like if they play Crypt Rats, I can foil the rats maybe. Otherwise, I'm just holding the negate right now. Go to Crypt Rats. Last rights. I'll try and negate. Looks like they're here. So they're going to Pyre Blast. Then they have to discard the last card in their hand to take 1 of my cards, which is most likely going to be my counterspell. They discarded a Power Plant. They have no cards in hand. They discard my foil. And they're going to gain 3. We draw an island. Start with a Preordain. I don't know if I need the Familiar right now. I will bottom it. Play a Relic. Let's crack a Relic. Draw a card. Draw Lorien. Play the Chancery. Picking up the island. Attack in. Hopefully I can resolve this Lorien. Let's see what they do. If they just sit on their card, it could be the Pyroblast. It might be a Pyroblast. Let's draw a card. We draw Deep Analysis. Dust to Dust. Let's Dust to Dust your colored source and your Wellspring. Actually, let's just Dust to Dust your 2 Wellsprings. Okay, that was good. They were F6. Let's Lorien revealed. Draw 3 cards. We have a mortuary mire. Anything in there I want? No creatures really except the familiar. I guess I can put back the familiar, then go Vam, draw 4 cards. Probably worth it. Attack for 4. I have so many cards in hand, so many lands in hand. It's just what happens though. Let's see. Looks like they drew something. They're going to Visitor's Insight, sacrificing, or Fanatical Offering, sacrificing their prism. So they're out of a lot of their colored sources, but they drew a prism to replace it. Plays a swamp. Looks like they've got another, okay, another Visitor's Insight, sacrificing the map. 6 minutes on clock, plays a Lembas. And then they sacrifice the Lembas to draw 2 cards. They are cantripping away over there. They've got the Urza's Tower. Let's go Familiar. I have a Plains in hand. So I can just not leave open the white mana for a Dust. We have Ephemerate. Let's draw some more cards. Go to 13 life, which is a bit sketchy. Alright, let's tack in. I'm trying to think of the best way to get this done. Island, probably preordain first. Answer. Okay. I would like that. Hop. Hop. I'll feel out the waters by ephemerating a Muldrifter. See if they have a Pyroblast. Looks like no. Hopefully no. We draw Revoke Existence. I'll snap my Muldrifter. Now they have a removal spell. Okay. Is it a breath weapon? Hope not. That'd be pretty bad. Pyroblast. Okay. Your turn. I'll discard Ash Barrens and Plains. I still have the Ephemerate that's going to resolve on the Muldrifter. They only have 4 color sources at the moment because no Energy Refractor. Makes black. They're going to sacrifice their Prism. Draws 2 cards. 5 minutes on clock. Actal Terror enters the battlefield zone. Okay, let's see if I can find a counterspell of some kind. Ephemerate the Muldrifter. Resolves. We find a negate. Go Archaeomancer. Get the Ephemerate. What? They have something. Heritage Reclamation. Okay. We will negate. We'll Ephemerate. Grab negate. Ephemerate again. Grab a foil. Revoke Existence this thing. Play a land. And pass the turn. Actually, yeah, I think I pass. Okay. So I can foil Pitch Deep Analysis. I have the negate is available as well. And they have like no targets to shoot with their draw spells. So they're just passing the turn. Okay, I think we have achieved our goals of taking over the game. Tron could not beat Flicker Loops. Okay, go back to the exile zone. Ephemerate again. Get the Ephemerate. Play land. I'll Ephemerate. Grab another foil. Or maybe grab a negate. Play a Muldrifter. Let's preordain. Archaeomancer and Dust. So bottom. I don't think I even need the Archaeomancer because of the Ephemerates in my hand. So I can attack. And just a long slow death here. We'll discard Chancery and Deep Analysis. One other thing. I guess one of my foils. They're passing. Now I need to get another Familiar in play so I can play out the rest of my hand. Need to find a Ghostly Flicker as well. Play Island. Attack in. I'll play out a Muldrifter. Okay. We're just going to pass. Discard Deep Analysis and Island. Or Dust to Dust Island. Lembas. I'll use the negate. Fractor. I will Ephemerate. Get back negate. And we win the match. On to the next. Round 2, our opponent has a burn style avatar, so let's see. I like the fact that we have Relic. We have foil, but that's a bit of a risk at this moment. We'll just lead on Island, pass the turn, see where we go from there. Our opponent is on the play. They have mulligan to 6. With his hand, I don't know what I'm looking to face. Like, I just want to be able to put the Familiar on the table and have it not die. Jagged Baron, so it's red-black burn. We find a cantrip for turn 1. Now I'm cantripping, trying to find God-Pharaoh's Faithful. Or Islands, or Chanceries. Okay, found Faithful and a Chancery. So next turn I can play the Faithful top. We're at 7 cards in hand. I can't just play the Chancery because I'll have to discard the hand size, but I could discard a foil, I guess. Then I think I just put the Faithful on the table this turn. Then the next turn I go Cryogen Relic, bounce the thing. Then from there I can Familiar, Faithful, your turn. So this specific deck is going to be a little bit harder to beat because I don't have any ways really to deal with flyers. Actually, I have the Cryogen Relic to stall them, stun their creature and draw a card. Maybe that will come up. They're doing nothing. That is just awesome for me. Well, I guess they passed to their second main. Okay, I drew an Archaeomancer. Play the Relic, gain a life. Chancery, pick up the plains. And now I probably play Familiar and hold the foil, so I would like Force of Will pitching the foil. Play Alms of the Vein, just hard cast, that's fine. So they're missing on card draw spells. We have an Ephemerate. Play, I guess I just Drifter Ephemerate here. Or I can go Archaeomancer for Preordain, gain a life. Next turn, play land, and then Familiar, Drifter Ephemerate. Or I can just play the Familiar, hold up the foil, plus the plains, or the Ephemerate, I don't know. That was kind of a pivotal point, but I felt like if I Drifter Ephemerated, they'd probably be able to kill it, and then we were risking not drawing into an island to pitch the foil. Okay, here they have a Faithless Looting. So this next turn, I have Familiar, Drifter, Ephemerate, hopefully draw into an island, pitch the foil, keep my Mulldrifter alive, or pitch cards with the foil. They have a Fiery Temper. Let's see if they take out the Faithful. They discarded Snacker, and they're gonna blast the Archaeomancer. Plays a Swamp, another Relic. So I'll play Familiar, play Cryogen Relic. Actually, that was a mistake. I probably should have put the plains on the table because now they can just bolt the Familiar, and I can't do anything about it. That was a mistake, for sure. I wanted to leave up the Ephemerate there. I just forgot what I was doing. Wow. Let's Preordain. The Merchant Scroll can turn into a Flicker. Let's top both of these. Pass the turn. So this next turn, I can tap my mana, play the Chancery, picking up the island, and then go Drifter Ephemerate. They're going to Faithless Looting again, which will get them the Snacker back. You can also Merchant Scroll for a snap, play the Chancery, pick up the island, snap the thing. They probably want a Kitchen Imp here instead of the Fiery Temper, so they have more creatures on the table. Bummer that they had to discard 2 good cards and they can only use one of them. Kitchen Imp, I'll go to 18. Then they found the mountain, sad. Maybe they made a mistake and just didn't play it either. Alright, so tap, Chancery, pick up the island, Merchant Scroll, grab a snap, go ahead and bounce this Snacker. Gives me a couple of turns away. Then I can evoke the Mulldrifter. We will draw 2 cards, and now have Force of Will up. Ephemerate. Okay, they didn't do anything. We have a Flicker as well, that's awesome. Preordain. And we have Chancery Relic. I don't know if I need more relics. I can flicker these. I'm going to be drawing so many cards. I'm just going to bottom both of these. We drew a Relic. I'll discard Ash Barrens. I think I can foil pitch E-Truth or foil pitch the Relic. I don't even know. Ghostly Flicker here can draw me 4 cards, but it can flicker either of these. Echoing Truth also could draw me 3 cards. Okay, grab the prize, discarding Alms of the Vein. That means they'll get their Snacker back. I'm going to be drawing tons of cards. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to win anything. There's an Alms of the Vein again. I think I just shoved the... Wait, no. Did I Drifter Ephemerate that turn? I did. So I don't want to shove the Drifter in front. That'd be a bad call. I almost did it. Okay. Here comes the Ephemerate. About to draw a bajillion cards. Mystics. Land. Play the Murmuring Mystic. Guess I can pass the turn. Discard 1 island. The Vampires Kiss me to 13. 3 cards in hand. Discarding a Snacker. Yeah, we bounced that to their hand. Now they can discard again, and the snacker will return. Okay, they're going to discard a kitchen imp. I'm just going to Echoing Truth those then. Snacker returns. Get rid of these things. Make a bird. Plays an Epicure, that's fine. Okay, so what do I want to do? I can tap down their snack with a relic. Play a relic, flicker the relics. Well, we found a snap, so I'll play the Mystic. Get in with everything. Except the Faithful. Let's flicker. I don't know. I think I should just wait. Wait until your turn. Because I'm going to have so many cards in hand. They're discarding a Kitchen Imp. Then they're going to hardcast a Kitchen Imp. Well, I will just counter it then. So they can only attack really right now with a single Kitchen Imp. Or we have double bird, so it doesn't matter. They can't really do anything. Now I'm just trying to close the game. Or convince them to quit. 3 cards in hand. They have 1 mountain available. Ah, and the Festivities takes out my birds. Let's play a relic. Uh-oh. I will attack in. Kind of assuming that they will block the Mold Drifter with a snacker. They don't block at all. Okay. Let's flicker Drifter Relic. Draw 4 cards, make some birds, make some life. Okay, 4 cards go to hand. We have plenty going on. Just snap the Mold Drifter then. And play another Mold Drifter. Okay, pass. Let's go to Ash Barrens. I don't really need the Faithful, I think. Plays a Vampire's Kiss. We're going to counter it. Counter. Sack. Discard those cards. I have so many cards available. I can still crack the relics. 3 more cards. Wow. What's your plan? And they scoop. Nice. So post board. We don't want the scroll. Foils are mid. I think the extra flicker is kind of medium. We want 4 Hydroblast. I accidentally took out a snap instead of a scroll. Then a couple of negates. Maybe we don't need the deep analysis. Can we just bring in another negate? Actually, the Echoing Truth looks bad, so let's bring in the deep analysis. This hand is quite slow. I think I should probably mulligan, but it does have good setup. Okay, I convinced myself to keep it. Opponent's on 5 cards. Found a familiar, so let's play Island and pass. Our opponent plays a Swamp. They have gone to like, uh-oh, they messed up their sideboarding. They forgot to sideboard it back down. That would make it hard to keep a hand with lands. Looks like they'll probably have, okay, it's Faithless Looting. Pitching double snacker. So we're going to cycle for the plains. It went up to a ton of cards in their deck and still drew double snacker. That was solid. We drew a Chancery, Preordain, Faithful. So, hop, play out the Faithful. So this turn, I have the option of playing Familiar plus Snap into playing Preordain. Faithful Looting again. Discarding Electrickery. Okay. And another snacker. Wow. Let's go Preordain. I'm looking for more snaps. We have Relic Mystic. Hop. Play Chancery. Pick out the plains. Let's see what they do. They have 3 cards in hand, 4 mana on the table. It's annoying. Contaminated Ground. Plains, play the Relic. The Contaminated Ground is really, really frustrating. I have to find another Chancery so I can pick it up. Looks like they're thinking about Pyroblasting my Cryogen Relic. If the Cryogen Relic resolves, I can just crack it and tap down a snacker. Find another Relic. They found a Relic as well. That's funny. They're going to get rid of a card from my graveyard. It's in for 4. Let's play the Familiar. I sort of feel like they have an answer here, but I'll try to snap the Snaky Snacker. I feel like they have a Pyroblast in hand. They have a Pyroblast. Kills the Familiar. They play Vampire's Kiss. Go to 13. Then to 9. I guess maybe if I find a Preordain in land, I guess I play a Relic. Go to 10 life. Oh, I found a Hydroblast. think I'm going to stun this. Drawing Ephemerate's very good. Now I can Drifter Ephemerate plus Hydroblast. Or I can play the Mold Drifter and Hydroblast. We're going to get rid of the Relic. We can't get that back. My opponent can just discard a card 2 times. Discards Blood. Discard Alms of the Vein. They're going to draw a card. This has been very strong for them, for sure. And then they can discard again, getting back to Sneaky Snacker. Darn. I don't know what my win condition is here. We're going to go to 2. We have a bunch of creatures in hand in play. I can play out. I need like a snap. I'll evoke a Mold Drifter. Ephemerate. Okay, we lose. That was disappointing. What a weird turn of events. So I guess Echoing Truth is actually pretty good. And I'll just trim on 1 negate. Echoing Truth could have saved me from that situation. Okay, here we go. Guess I will keep. Hopefully they don't have another way to lock down my Chancery, because I'm going to need it. This time, oh, there's still 67 cards in their deck post board. Land, go. Play Razor Trap Gorge. Just going to play the Chancery and hope. Pick this up. Turn 2, I have Faithful Relic. I can start holding up the negate. They play a Mountain. So I'm trying to fade this turn. Okay, they didn't have it. Play Faithful. I guess we can assume they most likely have a Pyroblast. It just resolves. We have Hydroblast now. They accidentally skipped their turn. Nice. Goes to discard. Because I F6 my turn there, they weren't ready and they clicked F6 after my turn already ended. So we got their turn skipped. The Alms of the Vein. We have Drifter Ephemerate. Let's play the Mortuary Mire. And then pass the turn. I have Negate and Hydroblast available. Next turn I can Drifter Ephemerate plus Hydroblast. And this turn I can crack the Relic to draw a card. I like that it's kind of this 2-stage thing. It's sort of a think twice effect that you can flicker. Okay, I'll allow it. Plays Rakdos Carnarium. Let's draw a card. Use my mana. We draw a Chancery. So even now, if they do put that thing on my creature, it's not that big of a deal. Do I want to just play Faithful and then pass? Okay, I'm playing Faithful. I'm going to pass because having drawn that, I think it's better to just set up for the next turn. With Negate and Hydroblast available. I want to keep the Hydroblast for the next, for protecting the Mold Drifter. They pay 2 mana. We'll discard a Kitchen Imp. We'll negate the Grab the Prize, gaining 2 life. So now if they want to protect the Grab the Prize, they have to have a Pyroblast, but they didn't. They're going to play the Kitchen Imp. Let's see, just attacks with the Flyer. We're at 17. I will Drifter Ephemerate. Evoke the Mold Drifter. Go to 19. Let's draw some cards. Ephemerate the Mold Drifter. Draw Faithful. Alright, I'll play Plains. Play another Faithful. Okay, what's your plan now? I have anti-lightning bolts available. Next turn I can play Familiar, play another Familiar, and then Drifter, Flicker Drifter. Wow. Plays a Highway Robbery. We're just going to counterspell. And then pass the turn. They could now kill the Mold Drifter, but given that I have so much lined up, I'm not too worried about it. And I can pick up the Mortuary Mire with my Mold Drifter. They've got 3 men in play and 1 discard effect. They choose to discard a Kitchen Imp. So they will attack for 4 again. Let's see if they're going to have a bolt for my Mold Drifter. Attacking for 4. Yep, you got it. All good. Okay, Mold Drifter. Draw 2 cards. Draw for turn. Play Familiar. Play Familiar. Land. Evoke a Mold Drifter. Gaining 3 life. Drifter hits the table. We will Flicker the Drifters. Gaining another 3 life. Drawing a bajillion cards. Okay, and now I can snap my Mold Drifter. Untap. Play Murmuring Mystic. Play a Preordain. I'm at 1,000 million life. 33 life. I don't need these cards. And we'll pass the turn. I'm going to attack with my Faithfuls because I'm sending a message. Saying, I think I have it. Okay. Your turn. When I cast Faithless Looting, they can discard 2 cards for value. They have a Fiery Temper, which they can take out, you know, Muldrifter, the Familiar. I think I would go after, I don't know, the Familiar here. I don't think very much is going to matter at this point. I have the 4th Faithful in hand. They decided to go face, so they're also sending a message. 4 cards are in hand. Another Faithless Looting. Discards Jagged Baron's Faithless Looting. Declines to attack. Let's play Faithful. Bounce your Kitchen Imps. Gain 4 life, makes a bird. Bird time. Attack. Sending in the team. When it goes to 19, we'll play a Muldrifter. Go to 38 life. And cast a Preordain, make a bird. 42 life. Hydroblast, okay. So top. Play my other island then. Pass a turn. So they can hard cast their Kitchen Imps now. I have Hydroblast for the Faithless Looting from the graveyard. I have another negated lined up as well. It's going to be a couple of turns before I can win though. Or actually close the game. Trespasser's Curse. Let's negate. It just kind of makes the game a little annoying. I have so many Faithfuls in play that it won't matter. They're passing. Let's put another Muldrifter on the table. And cast a Preordain. Trying to find a couple of counterspells. I want to counterspell their... Okay, a Relic's fine. Play a Relic. I feel like I'm getting a little bit new card syndrome. I didn't necessarily need that Relic. Okay, just lots of cards. Cast a Muldrifter. And it's 62 life. Another Hydroblast. That's what I was looking for the whole time. But I can only cast one of them this turn. They're at 10 life. We have 2, 4, 6, 8. 13 power, 14 power. Go end the festivities. I'll just counter. And it's kind of annoying, so I'm just going to counter it. Because this gives me a win on my turn on attacks. And if I had let that resolve, then I would have had to go for another turn. I want to go for one more turn. Opponent plays Electrickery. Fine. My Muldrifters are still alive. Do you have more Electrickeries? Okay, fine. Jeez. They're holding on. Play a Familiar. I'll draw 3 cards with Lorien Revealed. Make 1 bird. Play another Mystic. Draw 2 cards. Make another bird, or 2 birds. They brought in all these sweepers. It didn't work out. Another Relic. Let's draw 2 cards. Making birds. And then draw our Preordain. Make some more birds. We drew the Archaeomancer, so we have infinite birds on the next turn. It's going to bottom these. Play land. Cycle, I guess, for an island. Didn't realize I had mana floating. My bad. We'll get in for 1. Discard planes. And Barrens. When it goes Faithless Looting, I will once again counterspell. Let's see if they have any more sweepers. 87 life. I have 11 power on the table. They play out an Epicure, putting me to 86 life. Now they can discard a card. My turn. Let's Hydroblast. Destroy this. Yeah, they're trying to stall so they get 1 more turn. But I have to go Hydroblast that thing, Mancer, Hydroblast the other thing. I could also have gone Mancer or Echoing Truth, then Echoing Truth those things. The Archaeomancer. Might as well get back Ephemerate. Make some birds Ephemerate. And they finally concede. We'll see in the next round. Alright, don't mind the game thing there. It's broken. This is round 3. We are 2-0, I believe. That is correct. We're on the play. Turn 2 Familiar. Okay, keep. Let's play Plains, get the island. Well, Plains pass the turn. We'll grab an island with the Ash Barrens. Opponent plays island. I'll cycle for an island. Play the island. Here comes a Familiar. 4 spike would be a problem. Okay, so they played it Ilvoy Galeblade or something, whatever that's called. Ilvoy. We could potentially play out the Murmuring Mystic this turn. They have Counterspell open. Plays Brine Barrow. So they can now cast Of One Mind. So let's just put the Mystic on the table. Our opponent has an island, gets in for 1. Okay. Flipping a ninja. They have a 2/1. So my plan is to hopefully cast this Preordain. And they play the Fairy Seer. Okay. I'm going to cycle the Lorien Revealed for an island and then cast Preordain. If I draw island, I could just cast island, cast Preordain. Play the Galeblade again. We drew a Drifter. We're just going to evoke it then. Amazing. What a draw. Ephemerate the Mulldrifter. Hopefully I draw a land. We drew a land. Perfect land. Pick up the Ash Barrens. Your turn. How do you win from here? I mean, I've got the birds. I've got the Drifter. The Ephemerate is going to resolve. They cast Of One Mind a couple times. That's their third of One Mind. They have no attacks. We may get this Ephemerate countered by like a Spell Stutter sprite. We're going to make a bird. They have a Spell Stutter. That's fine. We have too many planes. So let's play Familiar. Cycle for an island. Play the island. And then evoke a Drifter. Again. Draw 2. Ephemerate the Drifter. We have another Mystic coming up. That's crazy. I'll go ahead and attack for 1 and they rightly concede. That's fair. I expected that. Okay, so Prohibit is pretty good versus them. I don't know that Merchant Scroll is going to be where I want to be. I want the Last Breath. I think the foil is mid probably. And then maybe the Echoing Truth can do something here. Let's see if this will work out. That previously really worked out. That was cool. Turn to Cryogen Relic. It's pretty medium. I think I have to keep this. I don't really want to go too much lower. Our opponent's mulligan to 6. So the best draw would be a Faithful probably. It's just turn 1 Faithful. We find an Ephemerate again. Let's go ahead and grab an island. So if they leave open an island, if they leave open something like a Spell Stutter sprite, then I probably want to just cast the Cryogen Relic. They get in for 1. Because the Preordain is not doing me any favors. Okay, there's a ninja. So now I have to Preordain into let's see. Preordain looking for a Faithful. Did not get there. I'm gonna snap. I will pass the turn. We're kind of hosed now though, I think. I suppose I could cycle this, but I don't know if I need to cycle for an island just yet. Play a Brine Barrow, so I could still land a Faithful here. I'll take a draw. Let's play this Cryogen Relic. Okay, that resolves. So now I can actually turn off the ninja for a turn. I'm pretty hosed because it's just so much card draw. Drawing 2 cards a turn is huge in Pauper. They're getting in for 3. They'll draw another card. We'll go up to 6 cards in hand. They have another ninja. How do I win? I win by somehow drawing and sticking a Mystic this turn. And then they have no answer. I could also win if I draw a foil. So if I cycle this for an island, when I draw a foil, I could Drifter Ephemerate. They drew Fairy Seer. I'm just going to go to the next game. It's very difficult to be on the draw and not have a creature on the table early. So I probably do want the foil to be able to resolve my Drifter Ephemerate. And I'm going to take out the Echoing Truth. We're on the play. I have turn 2 Familiar. I also have Last Breath. Let's keep. I have the Cryogen Relic coming up. Play the island. I'll pass the turn. Let's yield into their end step and see what they do. Plays a Fairy Seer. So on their end step, we'll just cycle and grab an island. Untap. Slam the Familiar. So this next turn, I can play the Cryogen Relic. And then if they Spell Stutter, I can Last Breath their Spell Stutter. They're going to get in for 1. So the thing I'm most worried about right now is a snap. Taking my Familiar off the table. They play Moon Circuit Hacker. Okay, so they'll probably play the Fairy again. And I want to play out the Cryogen Relic and then see if I draw anything. If I don't, I'm just going to Last Breath the Fairy Seer that's on the table. That way they are less likely to be able to get in with a ninja or ninja again. They went bottom. Play my Relic. Draw a card. Drew a Faithful. Okay, I think I'm going to play the Faithful. Change of plans, basically. So Faithful allows me to hardcast Lorien Revealed Still have the familiar. They play a fairy seer. Okay. They went top bottom this time. They may attack with the fairy. I don't know why you wouldn't. Gets in with the fairy seer. So we're yeah, they probably have spell starter sprite in hand now. They could have a counterspell here. I guess we just make them have it. We're not, otherwise not doing anything this turn. Playing the Mole Drifter. Let's see if you have counterspell. Nice. They did not have counterspell. That was really big for me. We draw a double Preordain. So I can do a few things next turn. But I'll be looking for Ephemerate and Flicker. Try to flicker the Cryogen Relic. Our opponent flashes in a Brine Barrow. Probably trying to play Of One Mind here. Another Brine Barrow. 3 cards in hand. So we're definitely blocking. They bind the monster on my Mole Drifter. They take 2 damage from that. So we'll just block some of their ground creatures, making sure that their ninja is definitely going to connect. They get in for a 3 and then nothing. They didn't have counterspell last turn. Spell Pierce is a card they could have. If I Preordain, I guess I try the Preordain. Faithful and a Mole Drifter. They didn't have counterspell previously. Don't know if we need the Faithful anymore. I'll bottom, top the Mole Drifter. See if that resolves. And then if it doesn't resolve, we can put it on the top with the Mortuary Mire. They'd have to have counterspell just naturally off the top, and they did not. So your turn. What do I want to block? If they attack with everything, I think I block the Brine Barrows, because they can just ninja back the Brine Barrow and keep their Fairy Seer alive. Block here. And then they're going to get in with the ninja regardless. Here's a big ninja. Okay, so doing this allowed me to not get extra blown out and had them have more creatures on the table. But I guess they would have had to tap lower if they'd had done that plan. Okay, so 1 fairy on the table. We'll play a Sunscape Familiar. If they spell stutter, I will kill their fairy. They do not. Just play a Faithful then. Cycle for an island. I could just Cryogen Relic the Fairy Seer, because if I have a Flicker, I'd want to flicker these 2 things anyway. So let's make sure they can't attack with this. Tap it down. The stun counter has been pretty good overall. I guess I could have attacked with a Mole Drifter. They play a Fairy Seer. They have 3 cards in hand. They go top, top. So they definitely want those cards. Okay, Murmuring Mystic. 1, 2. Let's play the Murmuring Mystic. I will cast a Mole Drifter. Resolves. Still no counterspells from them. I will evoke a Mole Drifter. This just lets me put it back on top with the Mortuary Mire. Draw 2 cards for 1 mana. Kind of like a Deadly Dispute. We found a Prohibit, which is quite good. So now I can work through whatever counterspell they have coming up. That's the turn. We just sit around until we win. That's how this deck works. Opponent Cryo Shatter on a Mole Drifter. Gets in. We'll block a fairy. They have another Ninja the Deep Hours. It's a pretty good draw. And then they've drawn into that second card that they wanted on top. They don't cast a card, so they most likely have a Spell Stutter or a Counterspell. We'll hardcast a Mole Drifter. Okay, just resolves. Let's play Familiar. Land. Try a Preordain. See if I can't find something like an Ephemerate or a Flicker. A Foil. I guess that's fine. Let's top. Go ahead and snap back this Mole Drifter. Make some birds. We have the Prohibit right now for the Spell Stutter. Nope. Untap. We win the match. I'll see you in round 4. Alright, round 4. Let's go. We have to mulligan because we only have Chancery, so that doesn't do it. That's not going to do it either. Only Ash Barrens. So sometimes this is a problem. Oh god. So we have nothing going on. Guess I'm keeping. I don't really want to go to 4. Put back Barrens and Plains. We can play out the island. Our opponent has also mulligan to 5. So there's a chance that they play a turn 1 land grant. I cycle the Barrens for an island, I foil it, and they lose. Man, I hope that works. Wait, okay, yeah, we're on the play. Let's see what happens. So who can recover from a Mole to 5 better? I do have a second land drop, so it's kind of like a mull to 6, but no action spells. Yes. Oh, yes. It's happening. This is what I signed up for. Oh, GG. Maybe. They might draw land. Yay. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Okay. Opponent says, I'm a sub and it's my birthday. You did this to me on my birthday. I'm sorry. Let's see if they can recover. We're going to pick up an island. Okay. No land. Okay. Island, go. We need to get 2 more lands in order to play the Lorien Revealed. They draw and pass. Let's evoke the Mole Drifter and see if we can hit an Ephemerate. Draw 2. Oh my god. That was insane. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, that was tier 0 luck. Okay. We want the Last Breath. We don't need the Faithfuls. Don't probably need the Mystics. We want all the negates. We can maybe bring in the Prohibit. And then let's bring in Mystic as an additional way to actually close the game. So now my opponent, they have to play around foil again. I'll keep. Let's see if they have a land grant. They mulligan to 5. They mulligan to 4. Ugh, jeez. Mulligans to 3. Okay, they kept a land. Now they have a land grant. Spy, Genercent. Okay. So I think I can afford... Let's see. They cycle for a forest. Grab a forest. Let's play Island and Preordain. Deep Analysis and Snap. I'll put the Snap... I have nothing going on. I think I bottom the Snap, top the Deep Analysis. That's something that I can pitch to the foil in Winding Way. Should maybe have countered that. It's F6'd. Oh no, I didn't have an island, so it couldn't have countered that. Alright, so they played their second land. They found a land grant off of it. I will play out the Mortuary Mire. Pass the turn. They have a Wall of Roots. Okay. Genercent's in the graveyard. They have a forest. That's fine. Is Soggy Wildling. So I can foil that so that they don't have Black Source. They have all their lands. I guess that's fine. So we're going to basic land cycle for an island. I think I will play my island out, pass the turn. My opponent is probably going to play the Mesmeric Fiend this turn. Then I have 2 negates. So they're not in a good way. Plays the Mes Fiend. I think all the lands are out of their hands, so they have 1 unknown. I can snap the Mesmeric to get back whatever they take. Probably want to play Chancery picking up islands, so I have access to foil as well as the negate and the snap. But it depends what they take. Takes the snap. Okay, that makes sense. We can play Chancery, pick up island, have negate and foil. So I would like to I would definitely counter a draw spell there if they had one. We have a relic. I'll play the Chancery, pick up the island. I'm not even sure if foil is good at the moment. What would I discard? I definitely would discard the Deep Analysis. So these 3 cards, then I would draw 2. It's not terrible. Looks like they're going to attack in for 1. They can get the Spy off and then cast Dread Return, but they're going to lose if they do that. They have 2 unknowns in hand. Casting a Wildling. So is that clock scary? I don't think so. We'll draw. We drew an Ephemerate, a Drifter Ephemerate. We drew a Drifter, so play the Relic. Draw a card. Found an island. Let's grab an island. Now I can pass a turn. I can tap down the Wildling on their end step using the Cryogen Relic, and then go for Drifter Ephemerate. But I'd have to draw another island, so I could play the foil. Now, if they can get multiple creatures on the table, then they might be able to kill me through what I'm doing. Whereas I have to find a snap lock. Another Mesmeric. We're going to counter. Discard the Deep Analysis. Casting a Winding Way, I'll counter. Make sure they don't have creatures. So we know exactly the cards that are in their hand now. Found an island. Now I can drift or ephemerate. Poke the mole drifter. We will ephemerate back up to tons of cards in hand. So my 3-for-1 did not matter. It's quite good. I only have the 1 negate as a protection spell right now, so if they find a discard spell, it's bad. We're going to be drawing another 3 cards. On their end step, I'll tap down the wildling. Well, they probably attack with the wildling. They have 1 unknown. Currently, they have 5 mana as well. Okay. Getting in for 3. That makes sense. They spy. Okay. Spy me. Alright. Mill 1 card. I will tap down your Sagyu. Now here's the problem, is that I took out the Faithfuls. So I have to beat their fair plan. Ephemerate the Mole Drifter. Now I have a way to beat the fair plan. We will play the Murmuring Mystic. And then let's pass the turn. I have Negate and I have Prohibit. So let's see what they do. They attack for 2. Okay. Playing a Wildling. Alright. I'm looking for a Familiar, but I have the block set up with the Mystic. Nice to draw my single Mystic that I have in the deck. Deep Analysis from the graveyard might be a risk here. We draw a Merchant Scroll. I'm going to go top, play a land, Preordain. See if there's anything under the Merchant Scroll I could draw. Ephemerate. 4. Let's go top, and then pass. I can ephemerate this Mole Drifter, and then I have 3 birds to block with. I would block here. At some point, I'm just going to beat down with the birds. They have Lot with Giants still. I'm just going to get rid of that view so it's not taking up the screen. They're attacking in. Okay, I'll block here. I guess I'll just block everything. And then ephemerate the Mole Drifter. I wonder if they're playing something like a archaeomancer scroll. Okay, that's pretty good. So Mancer can get back Acorn Harvest, that's fine. Right? You can use the Acorn Harvest tokens to generate some mana. If I find a Sunscape Familiar, let's ephemerate the Mole Drifter again, make another bird. They have Giant in hand. Here's a Familiar and a second archaeomancer, so it's GG. Archaeomancer, get back, ephemerate, snap a token, untap, ephemerate, we get back the snap, snap a token, tap, play the archaeomancer, back the ephemerate. We've got the snap lock, ephemerate, get back snap, oops, it's fine. Snap the Mezfiend, tap the 2 lands, we get back the snap, snap the Wall of Roots, tap, and this actually makes infinite birds because we can flicker, which creates a bird, and then snap a bird, which creates another bird. So every flicker plus snap is +1 bird. Infinite birdies. GG opponent. All right, we'll be seeing round 5. Okay, we have a no land hand that moles. Do it again. Opponent is also on 6. Mulligan. We can get rid of the foil, get rid of the mire, I guess. Ephemerate a drifter would be one of the ways that we could dig back from this. Opponent is on walls. I wish I had kept the foil. That would have been really hilarious to get them 2 times. They can land grant again. So they have 5 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they have done a lot on turn 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We'll play out. Oops. Play out Faithful, pass the turn. There might be a scenario and we get over the 40 life and then we can just stop them from doing anything. Plays Aquarian Ranger and Caretaker. They can't kill me next turn. Play my Cryogen Relic. Draw Chancery. We're pretty close to dead. Only have foils as counterspells in the deck, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. So they could go 1-drop, 3, untap. Tap the 1-drop, spy, kill you. Oh no, they already have 4 mana and all 5 lands. Maybe they're only playing 4 lands. They have 29 cards, 1 giant, 1 dread return. Well, that was disappointing, but I guess I should have kept the foil. All right, we're bringing in the Last Breath, kind of the same board plan, bunch of counterspells. And then I can cut the one Mystic. Pauper is definitely infested with this spy deck. I wish I had kept the foil just assuming it was there, but you either play against spy or you play against fairies or you play against mono red. So foil's not really good against mono red or fairies. Turn 2 familiar, keep. We have Echoing Truth. Plains go. I can Echoing Truth the relic, which is nice. We have a swamp. So if they play duress, I think I cycle the Lorien Revealed. So I do not want to do yield until the next end step here. Maybe I should just cycle it right now because they go duress. So here, because they duressed, I think they should take the Cryogen Relic if they're looking to stop me from developing. That's what they did. Then they go Petal, Land Grant, revealing land. They've got Spy, Troll, Genocide, so no early creatures. We do have Dread Return in hand. We'll put the Familiar on the table. They play out the Known Forest. They have 2 land cyclers, which is all the lands in their deck. They're passing the turn. Will I die? So if they cycle, they'll have 4 mana. I don't think they can kill me. I'm going to preordain. I don't think I take either of these right now. Land. We pick up the plains. They did not cycle anything. That is very odd. What does that mean? Am I super dead? Plays a forest. Maybe they have all the lands in their hand. Found a Mole Drifter. I can Drifter Snap. Let's evoke the Drifter. Draw 2. Snap the Drifter. Untap. I preordain that I cannot use the foil, but I have the Last Breath and the Echoing Truth. So let's preordain. And now I think I bottom the Familiar, top the Chancery, play the Chancery, picking up the Island. Pass the turn. They cycle a Troll. Should be all the lands now. And then they can Red Return the Troll, which I'll just bounce it. Okay, fine. You have a 6/5. Red Return out of their hand. Swamp's out of their hand. The Troll is out of their hand, but boink. Now it's back in your hand. Okay. We have a Negate. I think I will play Plains. Go Deep Analysis on myself. Okay, let's pass. Next turn, what do I do? I can Drifter, Snap Drifter. I do have Negate plus Foil right now. It'll be pretty difficult for them to win. Not impossible. They didn't do anything. Too many cards in hand. Let's evoke the Mole Drifter. I guess I should play the island out. Evoke the Mole Drifter. Draw 2. We will snap the Mole Drifter. Untap. And now I have 3, 4. Cast Drifter. Cast the Cryogen Relic. Pass the turn. I'm pretty stocked up, so I think I get rid of Island, and then next turn Chancery back the Plains. Just passing. Okay. Play out the Mole Drifter. Play land. We'll attack in. We will discard the Ash Barrens. Opponent plays a Gate Creeper Vine. Okay. I think I might just Last Breath that thing. Get it off the table. Would you like to gain some life? Sure, they would like to gain some life. Play Archaeomancer. And return Last Breath. Looks like they might have Fairy Macabre in hand. No, they just concede. Okay. Yeah, that one went a lot better. Oh man. Let's see what happens. This is for the 5-0. The last game. Oh my. Alright, so this hand is fine. I'll keep. Looks like they have a duress. No. Play island. I will pass the turn. They cycle. So I'm probably going to cycle for a plains and then Last Breath their turn 2 creature. Gate Creeper Vine. So let's cycle for plains. Make sure they just don't have creatures on the table. Don't want to snap that thing at all. They use the ability. Grabbing a forest. Found a familiar. I think I should play the familiar. A Winding Way. So there's an Overgrown Battlement. Wall of Roots and a Land Grant. And a Mesmeric Fiend. Plays out a Cerulli Caretaker. Let's go Chancery. Pick up the Plains. Snap Caretaker. Untap. We'll Last Breath the Gate Creeper Vine. And then play the Cryogen Relic. Okay, your turn. Pretty concerned about dying here. Let's see. Plays Wall of Roots. Probably the battlement. Okay. We're going to bounce the battlement. They have the discard to hand size. Discarding a Gate Creeper Vine. Should I evoke a Muldrifter? We're going to evoke the Muldrifter. Looking to draw into Ephemerate or Flicker. We draw a negate. Okay. To pass. We can Mesmeric Fiend away my negate. Then I can play the Archaeomancer for the snap. Plays Gate Creeper Vine. Getting a swamp. Okay. Plays the battlement. All of Roots is out of their hand. I think the force is gone. They have Ceruli again. 5 mana. Play the Archaeomancer. And grab snap. The problem here is that it's possible for them to double Dread Return, I think. Because I think they showed me Acorn Harvest, but I don't remember. No, that was a different match. Opponent casting Lead the Stampede. Okay. I mean, at this point, I'm not sure that more creatures matters. Maybe it does. Maybe they don't have the Spy in hand yet. Is the land grant gone? Mine's just a battlement. What? That's a surprise. Lead the Stampede again. They could also have, like, not picked Lith Giants and stuff like that. Double Spy. Plays battlement. Then they cast a Winding Way. Let's Dread Return in their graveyard. Land grant in their graveyard. They have another. So now they have 2 Mesmeric Fiends. Which I don't know if I can beat double Mesmeric Fiend. Ugh. I guess I have to draw a card off the Relic. Tap down the battlement. I'll have lots of mana still. Draw another Relic. And a Familiar. So let's go. Start with the Relic. Draw a card. Tap that one. We'll go Preordain. Another negate. Okay, bottom, top, land. Okay. They have 1 Mesmeric Fiend. I think they played these battlements last turn. Takes the snap. Interesting. And luckily everybody else doesn't have to see it, but my opponent is almost 10 minutes behind on clock as they're considering their turns. Rough. We've got a Quirion Ranger, so now they have 7 creatures. They untap. So maybe they have a Lolith Giant in hand and it just didn't matter. They have another Mesmeric Fiend. So luckily for me, nothing mattered. Good times, good times. Okay. I mean, they cast a Spy, they go for Dread Return, I negate, they go for Dread Return again, they can cast everything. They don't have to sacrifice all their Mess Fiends. Oh no, that was the second Mess Fiend. Okay, I thought that was a third one. We knew that this was the case. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They don't have to sacrifice the Mess Fiends. They just spy themselves and enjoy their day. Really dislike the Spy deck, but can't really do anything about that. I'm interested to see if it gets banned eventually. I just drew nothing. And I think that that was a result of my deck. Like, the only card draw spells I drew, Muldrifter, Cryogen. So we drew 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Or 39 cards in deck. And a counter. So if they mess up and sack a Fiend, then they die. But if they don't die. Okay, they played it correctly. And that's the game. So an unfortunate 4-1, but overall, Cryogen was pretty sweet. I think, like, the problem with this setup was that I just didn't have enough, like, card draw, not moving through the deck enough. So I ended up, after doing this league, I was able to 5-0 with a different list. I mean, here I do have the deep analysis that I could hardcast, but I ended up cutting these 2 cards here and Flicker and bringing in the Modern Age, cutting the Murmuring Mystic too, as it was not super impactful. Like, it does win the game sometimes when it hits the table, but I think what we need to do is draw cards so that we can get into a situation to win the game instead of just sitting there trying to play our win con. So hopefully you enjoyed a look at Cryogen Relic Familiars. I'll see you in the next video.